Hi, this is Mrs. Samna, optometrist from Global College of Allied Health, Nattalam. Today the topic is about lacrimal apparatus. Lacrimal apparatus comprises the structures concerned with the formation of tears, which includes the main lacrimal gland and accessory lacrimal glands. This is the lacrimal apparatus, which consists of the structures lacrimal gland, punctum, canaliculus, lacrimal sac and nasolacrimal duct. The main lacrimal gland, which is located in the fossa of the lacrimal gland, which is formed by the orbital plate of the frontal bone, which lies in the anterolateral part of the roof of the orbit, which is divided into superior orbital and inferior palpebral parts. The size of the lacrimal gland is almost like a small almond and which has two surfaces, two borders and two extremities. Superior surface which is convex in contact with the periorbita. Inferior surface which is concave, which lies on the LPS muscle. The palpebral part of the lacrimal gland, which is small and consists of 2 through 3 lobes. Inferiorly, it lies in relation to the superior fornix. The gland is compressed from above downwards and can be seen through the conjunctiva when the upper lid is everted. Posteriorly, it continues with the orbital part. Ducts of the lacrimal gland. It consists of 10 to 12 ducts which passes downwards from the main lacrimal gland to open in the lateral part of the inferior fornix. 1 or 2 ducts also open in the lateral part of the inferior fornix. The lacrimal gland is a branched tubular alveolar gland similar to the structure of the salivary gland. The stroma of the lacrimal gland is formed by mesodermal tissue which contains connective tissue, elastic tissues, lymphoid tissue, plasma cells, rich nerve terminals and blood vessels. Blood supply. The main lacrimal gland which is supplied by the lacrimal artery, which is a branch of the ophthalmic artery. Lacrimal veins draining the gland join the ophthalmic vein. Lymphatic drainage is along the conjunctival drainage into the preauricular lymph nodes. The sensory nerve supply which comes from the lacrimal nerve, a branch of ophthalmic divisions of the fifth cranial nerve. Sympathetic nerve supply which comes from the carotid plexus of the cervical sympathetics. The accessory lacrimal glands, gland of Cross, gland of Wolfram, infraorbital glands, glands of Caruncle and plica semilunaris. Lacrimal passages. The first one is lacrimal puncta. These are like a small rounded or oval opening, one each on the upper and the lower eyelid at the junction of the ciliary and lacrimal portions of the lid margin. Each punctum which is situated upon a light elevation which is called as lacrimal papilla, which becomes prominent at the old age. The upper and lower puncta lies about 6 mm and 6.5 mm lateral to the inner canthus. When the eyelids are closed, the puncta do not overlap each other. The next one is lacrimal canaliculi. The posterior and inferior canaliculi join the punctum to the lacrimal sac. Each canaliculus is 0.5 mm in diameter and has 2 parts. Each canaliculi consists of the following layers. Epithelium lining the canaliculi is of stratified squamous type. Corium rich in elastic tissues makes its wall well stretchable. Fibers of orbicularis which surround the corium of the canaliculi are called pars lacrimalis. The next one is lacrimal sac, which lies in the lacrimal fossa, which is located in the anterior part of the medial wall. The lacrimal fossa is formed by lacrimal bone and frontal process of the maxilla. It is bounded by the anterior and posterior lacrimal crest. The lacrimal sac, when distended about 15 mm in length and 5 to 6 mm in breadth, with a capacity of about 20 cm. Nasolacrimal duct. It continues downwards from the neck of the lacrimal sac to its opening in the inferior meatus of the nose. It is about 8 mm in length and about 3 mm in diameter. The upper end of the nasolacrimal duct, it is the narrowest part. Blood supply of the lacrimal passages is through the arterial supply to the lacrimal passage, which is derived from the superior and inferior palpebral arteries. Venous drainage occurs into the angular vein and infraorbital vein from above and into the nasal vein from below. Nerve supply. Sensory nerve supply into the lacrimal sac and NLD comes from the infratrochlear nerve and the anterior superior alveolar nerves. Thank you.